Hi everyone. I am making this video because I got some good news today. But I got to give you a little bit of backstory. Not only do I have spina bifida, but I am diabetic. I don't know how those two impact each other. I'm not sure. But I know that they do have an impact, and I've been noticing it more and more over the years. Last fall, I had a really serious digestive issue that was very disconcerting. And so I thought, okay, it's time for me to ramp up my reversal of diabetes type 2, if that's even possible. I don't know. I assume I could do something to make myself healthier. I've been on, for the last 6 or 7 years, I've been on at least 2 different medications at any given time. And I've experimented with other medications, prescription medications, through my diabetes nurse practitioner, who was very helpful, but I felt was sort of towing the company line of, you have to take all this medication and that's really all there is for you, and don't eat too much of this, you know. So I wanted to get a little deeper into it, and so I did some more. I've done a lot of research over the years, and it's weird because in August of last year, 2021, I went and got my A1C. Now, a normal A1C reading, which is sort of the median range of how your blood sugar is doing over the course of 3 months, it's usually a single-digit number with a decimal. So it's anywhere from 4.2 to 5.6 is considered normal blood sugar range for an A1C test. And in August of last year, I was at a 10.2 or something like that. I don't remember the exact number, but it was like a low 10, which is extraordinarily high. 3 months later, I took my next A1C, and it was only in the last year that I've really taken my A1C seriously. And it was after this sort of digestive issue that I had, I got my A1C and it was 11.3 or something like that. It was high. It was very high. To give you an example, 2 or 3 points higher and I would pretty much guarantee myself stays in the hospital. I was getting infections in my legs and things like that, and it was just getting really, really bad. To the point where, like, if I got a cut on my shin, I was pretty much guaranteed to stay in the hospital because my leg was going to swell up from cellulitis, which is just a skin infection. And it was starting to really finally hit me. I'm like, oh, I'm aging, I'm fat, and I'm diabetic. And I have spina bifida, which is just another, wrench in the gears of living a healthier life. And so I get this 11 point something reading in November after this digestive issue, and I'm like, okay, something's got to give. So I started really focusing on low carb, really low carb, as low as I could possibly get it, without sacrificing too much of, like, I'm definitely a snacker, and I thought, well, I still need to be able to snack, so what if I replace most of my snacks with, like, nuts and the occasional fruit, which is still sugar, still carbs. And I said, I've made carbs the bad guy. They're not a bad guy necessarily, unless you overindulge, and that's my whole life, is overindulgence. And so I started switching over. So in February was my next A1C, and I was really determined to lower it a point or two by February. So I went from, when I got my reading in February, my 3 months later, it was 8.1. I couldn't believe it. I dropped like 3 full points from November, and I thought, this is amazing. Well, I'm not gonna lie, like, I definitely feel like I haven't been eating as well in the last 3 months, and so I just got my last reading, and it's 7.4. My A1C is a 7.4. It doesn't mean I'm out of the woods, but golly, I did not think that in 6 months I would be down to a 7.4 A1C. So it's proof that, with medication, which is keeping me from getting sick, keeping me from getting ill, helping my pancreas, helping my body produce insulin and process it. So I think that it goes to show that you can make some pretty drastic changes in your life and see results. In this case, I feel very, very lucky that that is the case. And I got a new diabetes nurse practitioner. When I told her how excited I was to change my diet to the point of lowering my numbers, she was so excited for me. And then when I did change those numbers, when I did lower them significantly, she was elated. So she's supposed to call me in about an hour and 15 minutes. We have a phone consultation. And I know she's going to be stoked to see that I dropped down almost another full point in the last 3 months. So I'm excited. If you're diabetic, cut your carbs. Cut them as best as you possibly can. I'm telling you, it's like, that's really all I've changed. You know, I haven't been that much more active. I walk a lot anyway. But it feels really good to see that change, to see that direction working. It's a journey, but man, I will say though, I do miss cheesecake. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks, folks. Bye.